Hi, Nicholas Moreno, author of Humans Are Amazing, Discovering Your True Self. In my book, I discuss that people should train themselves to use both hands equally. If your left hand is weaker, start strengthening it, building up by doing activities such as writing, playing guitar, bass, drums, throwing football. Just make it active. Incorporate this side into your life. Don't neglect your left side. It will become weak and useless. But one of the main topics that I like to discuss is also that when you begin to use, let's say you're right-handed, start to begin to use your left hand, you will see that you begin to feel different and think different. That's the whole beauty of this. It's not just for using it. Well, maybe, a great point is to strengthen your body so you can be complete, but also that it will make you think different. It will truly make you feel different. I began using my left hand in high school, about 10th grade. The idea just came into my mind. I said, what would happen if I use both hands equally? Why haven't I been, it kind of like snowballed from there. It's like, why haven't I been using my left hand at all? So I said, I'm going to start doing it, start practicing. What would happen? This is a great challenge for me. So I want to do this. And, since then I've been doing that. So when I started using my left hand, I would say about maybe after a year or maybe less than that, maybe some months, maybe like 6 months, I began to feel different. Right away, I enjoyed music more. I had this feeling where I like to listen to, before I started using my left hand, I would just like to listen to just one type of music, rock music. And after I started using my left hand, I wanted to listen to expand that. That's not as if my mind was expanding. I wanted to listen to classical music, jazz music, maybe even some rap music, all kinds of music. I just wanted to taste all of it. And it was my mind was hungry. It was hungry for knowledge. I began to read more novels and just study more history, study a human anatomy. And all these topics it never crossed my mind. I never had a desire to explore these things. And that's why I wrote this book. It's because over time, I just started really discovering that my mind thinks different when I use my left hand. And when I studied anatomy, I started seeing that your left hand is controlled by the right hemisphere of your brain. So it has to think different. It must think different because this is a completely different component from this component. So your right hand is being controlled by this side. So logically, if you're using your left hand, it's triggering many other nerves and the other side of your brain. So you are going to think different. One thing I want to make clear is I believe the world is very aggressive. I believe that right-handed people, this is my own view and this is what I've come to experience and kind of realize. Okay, the world, like I said, 90% of the people in the world are right-handed, 10 to 12% are left-handed. That's a small majority of left-handed people and a gigantic majority that are right-handed. So as I said, if the components of your brain think opposite, which I believe they do, because they're even shaped opposite, so they're going to function opposite in opposite manners. So if one of the things I realized is that when I use my right hand, because I would switch back, because I would get tired of using my left hand, I would switch back to my right hand, I start feeling and thinking different. What would I think and feel like is I just feel like business. Everything is business. Where's my money? Work. Also sequential thinking, like 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. I wouldn't think out of this box. It's just this small box. I also feel, personally, I feel that the right-handed person is more aggressive. They're less inclined to talk to a person about a subject that's fascinating, where their mind is open to thought. This is what I feel. The right-handed person is not like that. Right-handed person is more, as I said, they're just business. It's It's all business. If you look at the world, everything is about money. Everything's about money. Whether it be art, like music industry, sports. You got CEOs running sports. It's about money. Everything that's made is to be sold. Everything's about money. I believe that is because of the right-handed mind. Like I said, 90% of the people are right-handed. So they're going to function in this right-handed way, which is, like I said, business. Everything is business. But when I started using my left hand, I felt like it's art. It's the appreciation of art. It's the appreciation of thought, appreciation of discussion, of feelings, and sharing our feelings with one another. How do you feel? Empathy. Our emotions are so important. They drive us. They can drive us crazy. We never stop to ask each other, how do you feel? What are you thinking? What do you like? How is your life? We don't think those things. Everything is money. It's business. The quarterly, finances. And like I said before, we're going in circles. The same thing is chasing this. Okay, the right-handed mind also, it thinks competitively. Very competitively. Everything is a contest. A beauty pageant is a contest. For example, the most Miss Universe. Well, what they say is the most beautiful woman in the world. They choose one woman and they give her a crown and they give her flowers. Are you serious? That one woman is the most beautiful woman in the world? That can't be true. There's so many women in this world. How could you pick one woman? But they're gonna turn everything into a contest. The strongest man. Okay, men are strong. Women are strong as well. But how can you say this one man is the strongest man in the world? Maybe he can prove it, yes, that he's strong. But everything's a contest. Everything, all our abilities become a contest. Who's the fastest runner in the world? Who's the fastest? Give him the award. Music. The most talented musician of the year. This one musician, one guy. They don't pick like 5. Well, maybe, but they're always going to pick one. They're always going to pick one guy. Everything is a contest. That's my point. We're very competitive. Human beings are competitive. We're also very shallow. A person buys a car, they have to deck that car out. Not everybody's like this, of course. But the majority of people are like this. You have to acknowledge this. Everything's a contest. Oh, this guy has a car. He has to make the car look super beautiful. With all these accessories on the car. The car has to be the fastest. I'm the strongest. I'm the toughest. I believe this type of thinking is because of the right hand. 90% of the people in the world are right-handed. And they've never discovered what it's like to be left-handed. And if you do train yourself to start using your left hand, you're going to experience what I'm talking about. You're not going to want to compete with people. You're going to admire people for their strengths, and they're going to admire you for your strength. It's a two-way road. It's not a one-way road. It's not like this pyramid scheme where you have to be on top. You have to be the king. If you look at all of history, this one guy has to be king. This one group of people has to rule. Where they're not living equally, where we're equals. Men and women, they're not living as equals. They have to be, one has to one up the other. We're in constant competition to seek glory for ourselves. I'm number one. That's the only way people can go to sleep, is go to sleep thinking, oh, I'm number one. Today I'm the best. And if you're not the best, it drives them crazy. I have to be the best. I have to be renowned. I have to be acknowledged. If not, your life is worthless. And that's not true. Your life is not worthless. You have so many things to live for. You're a creator. You're a thinker. You have feelings. You have emotions. You want to express these emotions to people. You're a feeling person. You have emotions. You want to express these emotions with people. You want to share your thoughts. You want to write down a story and share it with people, so people can think, wow, that was a beautiful story. It's not aggressive. It's not trying to dominate, crush. You know, another funny thing is people, they want to box. Boxing and fighting and karate and kicking and hitting each other. This is crazy. It's insanity. Do you know our brain, it has the consistency of cold butter. Your brain is extremely soft. Yet it's extremely important to your nervous system and the rest of your body. It's very important. You cannot function without your brain, obviously. But you have boxing, ultimate fighting, you got football. These people are constantly causing damage to their brain. And it's absurd. People are made out of the softest material. We're soft. We're like sponges. We're so soft. But we want to think we're tough. We want to think we're made out of steel. We're impenetrable. We're indestructible. But this is not so. This is not so. And it's absurd for people to think this. Oh, I'm going to fight with you and we're going to fight. What's the point of fighting? Physical fighting. There is no point to it. It's like animalistic behavior. There is no logic behind that. And I believe, like I said, it's because most people are right-handed. They don't have the ability to be left-handed creative thinkers. Think out of the box. To mostly feel. To feel. And to express. Empathy. Togetherness. This is what the human race is lacking. It totally is lacking this. And I discovered that by using both hands equally. I want to encourage you to use both hands so that you can see there is a difference in your brain. And it'll just blow your mind. You're gonna say to yourself, this is so true. We haven't been using another side of our brain which would balance out our body. We need balance. The world has balance. And humans don't have balance. We're imbalanced. So check out my book, Humans Are Amazing, Discovering Your True Self. And watch my videos. We got to get to the bottom of this, and we're going to do it together. Thank you.